Few musicians have been as influential in the past decade as Donnie G. His fame reached mythological proportions. But who's the man behind Donnie G? What's he been up to recently, and above all, what's his next move? We've had the honor to spend a few hours with him and ask him all about it.
My dad was very, very violent man, and not funny at all. He tried to make jokes, but they were not funny at all. And but afterwards, looking back, I feel that this trauma, which is clearly a trauma, I don't need any psychologist to tell me that, is what made me so real, what made my music so real, and what makes it speak to the world, to everyone who's recognizing their petty suffering in this true depth of emotion.
We want to know what keeps him alive, what ignites Donnie G, inspires.
People ask me sometimes, they ask me, Donnie G, how do you keep doing it? How do you keep being so original and inventive? And wait, sorry, one moment. Oh, come on, man, don't film that. There's kids watching. Just keep it out of the camera. It's not good. They're looking up to me. I'm a big example for them, and they shouldn't see this. But it's so naturally for me to keep inventing, keep changing, keep doing new things. Because I get bored. Normal people, they don't get bored. They just do the same old thing all their life, and they're fine. But I get bored so quick. It's a good thing. I keep coming up with new stuff and inventing. But it just comes naturally for me. I don't think you can say that I chose to make music, I had to make music. And the success and the fame and I think that it chose me. It was obvious. Like, I cannot make a sound like I start clapping and people stop and start listening and hang around, and they want to see it. They want to see me.
One of Donnie's defining emblems is the clock around his neck.
It's to remind me that time is on my side. I'm young, I'm healthy, I got my whole life ahead of me. I had so much to live for, so much to do. And it's good to remind yourself of that, and other people, to remind other people how you're still so much in the middle of your life.
Donnie G's entrance into pop culture was violent. He'd strip fellow artists' appearance to the bare bones.
It was a personal quest. It was a search for the most pure form of artistic expression. And it comes together with the way I live and the way I try to live as sober and simple as possible. And you see it in everything I do, and how I breathe, how I speak, how I walk. It's pure. It comes to the essence. And in my search for that, I realized I had to do it alone. I was working with a band at that time, with a group of musicians, professionals, they called themselves. But they just didn't get it. They didn't get how they had to play less. Because the pianist, he kept on complicating things and playing. Like, for instance, if you play too complicated like this, it doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound nice. There's too much. And he didn't get it. So I had to kick him out, and the bass player didn't get it, the drummer didn't get it. And on the end, I kicked them all out, and I ended up there, all alone. And that's only when I really got to myself, when I get sitting there, sat by the drums by my own, it hit me. It came to me, this pure essence of music. You see, that's all it takes. And when I discovered that, when I found out that this just clapping is all you need, it's the most purest form of music. I called Pharrell, and I said to him, Pharrell, I can call him Pharrell. I said, Pharrell, you gotta hear this, man. You gotta hear this. And he was blown away. He was completely blown away by the simplicity and the purity of the sound of just clapping and nothing else. And he called Taylor Swift, and she loved it also. It's like one hand making love to the other hand. So there is this pure emotion of contact. You know, this is what the Zen masters say, like this sound of two hands clapping. That's what it's all about. Well, the clap changed everything, of course. It was for me a transforming experience, but even more for the whole industry, for all music. Since then, there's not much music you hear anymore on the radio that has anything else behind it than just my clapping, and it's a great honor, of course, to be constantly on the radio. It's a bit. Sometimes you think, why doesn't anyone else think of something? But I got used to that, so it's okay.
As time went by, Donnie G rushed ahead. His label couldn't keep up.
This industry is a hard world, and there's so many losers at the top that they're afraid of someone like me, someone who really knows what he's talking about, you know, and I think therefore they couldn't handle me. They couldn't handle me, and they dropped me like a stone. Not that I need them, no, not that I have everything here to make my own music, and I don't need them, but they wanted me, they thought, but I was too much for them to handle. They're all scared of me, you know, of my talent, of my profound insight and wisdom. So, they're lost, you know, they're lost. Like, because you have a lot of people, they just copy. They look what I do, and they do the same. And this is not bringing music any further. So, I mean, on the end, for me, the future of music is up to me. That's clear. And that's what everyone else thinks also, I think. That's why they're all looking at me, waiting for my next move. What's gonna happen? What's it gonna do? Music, for me, is to transform, you know, to myself and the world around me, to create and by showing people me, I think, and I can make them better people. I can make people better people by just listening to my music, hearing what I am. And I truly believe if more people would hear my music, it would make the world a better place, you know? It would make people stop fighting each other in the Middle East. It would make peace. It would make people share more and stop hunger in Africa, you know? So for me, that's what music is all about. It's about giving. It's about giving to the world and making people better.
The team were humbled by the presence of the phenomenon of Donnie G. We aren't sure if we can fully understand what he's trying to say, but there's something about his music that gives a hint of his genius, making us wonder, what is our destiny in life? Can we transform the way he did? Emerge above ourselves? Stand out from the crowd? Thanks for watching.
Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah.